Well, welcome back. Another episode of working on my CCAB project. This week I want to pick up where we left off, if you've been following along, with welding the rear tabs onto the rear housing and get it slid back under the frame and get it aligned. I'll swing this around here. You can see here, like I said, a little bit of welding on that. We'll get it put back underneath here, and I'll be able to roll this thing around. So let me get started. Well, let me see if we can get it off the jack stands. I finished all the welding. I'm gonna see if I can lay it down here and then we'll roll it back underneath. I'm gonna try. It don't fall. Well, we got it all welded, got it all back together. That was probably the easiest I've ever had it go back together, even with my T-bucket. I mean, everything, every bolt on here, the leaf springs, the radius rods, the panhard bar, everything just lined right back up the way it was. I was impressed. Well, it's getting late. I'm tired. I've bent over welding that thing for about an hour. I didn't filmed a little bit of it, but Like I said, it's getting harder and harder to do this. All I got left is to get a tape measure, check the dimensions. If it needs a little adjusting, I got plenty of it, room on the helm joints to adjust everything, so I'm not anticipating it moved at all. Actually, I think I'll just be able to tighten it up and it'll be good right where it's at. Well, I'll save it for tomorrow. It'll be another day. Well, another day working on the C-Cab project. Today, I want to recheck, make sure everything's still lined up the way it was. And if it is, we'll get everything tightened down. I wanted to show you a little bit. Before I put the rear end in and before anything was done here in the back, I did the front axle. And what we did was measure from the kingpin right here, the center to the kingpin, to this center mounting bolt. You can see right here in the back, right here. So measure to the kingpin to there, measure to the kingpin over there. And I know the front axle now is squared up with the center line back here. Okay, so knowing that the front is square with the frame, what I did was take the tape measure. We'll just hook it right here next to that mounting pin. Come back here. And you can see to the center, I got 113.5 inches to the center. On this side, and then you come over here to this side. Now we're hooking on the same place. Come back here. And I got 113.5 on this side. So now that the back axle is squared up with the front axle, let me put this down. The next thing I want to do is to make sure that left and right is good. So what I did is I just clamped this here because I couldn't hold the camera and show you at the same time. But what I did was measure from here, the flat on here, over to here, and we're 7 5/8 of an inch. And if I turn it around and put this over on the other side, 7 5/8 of an inch. Actually, it was a little bit off because I already checked it. But all you have to do with that, with this Panhard bar, you see right here, it's got a left and a right hand thread. So you just loosen the lock nuts and twist this, and you can move the rear left or right to get it centered. So like I said, now I got 7 5/8 on both sides. I'm center. We're good with that. And then the last thing is the pinion angle. Push this. And what's it say? 3.2, I believe. It's not right. Yeah, 2.5. That's where it is. Now, if I take the angle finder and stick it over here, there's a 0.2 of a degree difference between here and over here. So if I put it over here, it's reading 2.1% up. And as long as I got 2% up, I'm happy for now. Once I put the transmission, the motor, everything else in it, we put some weight on it. It might change a little bit, and I might have to do a little bit of adjusting on the pinion angle. But that's just a matter of loosening longer or shorter, you know, to tilt the rear one way or another. So anyway, let me, oh, there's one more thing. When I mock it up like you see it right now, I use regular hex nuts on everything. That way I could take it apart, put it back together, make it real easy. But now that everything's good, I'm aligned, what I do is change it to locking nuts, grade 8 hex lock nuts. So I'm going to replace all the nuts with locking nuts. And then hopefully the alignment will stay good and I won't have to take it apart again. But let me get started on tightening everything up. Well, I got the rear suspension done. I got all the hex nuts you can see here for the radius rods, the Panhard bar right here. I got everything switched over to locking nut, grade 8 locking nuts. I got everything tightened down. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put these rims back on it so I can roll it around. Now these rims are from a friend of mine at Junkyard, Jackie Parson at Parson Enterprises, and I'm just using them to move the car around. They're not going to be the wheels that I'm going to use on it. One of the problems I got with these rims is they got a 5 1/4 inch back spacing, so it puts the rim way back over here, almost underneath the body. So the other rims that I'm going to use on the car only have a 2 inch back spacing. They'll stick out, which allows me to make the body a little bit wider. Another thing I did today is I went ahead and mounted the steering box right there. I want to go ahead and make the rod to go from the Pitman arm down here to the spindle. That way I can move it around. It'll hold the wheels straight. And when I'm moving it now, the wheels just keep flopping around. So I want to do that. And another thing I want to do today is we're going to get the body over there. I'm going to pick the body up and put it back on here. Without the floor on the body and the sides on the sheet metal, I could still get to everything pretty easy. So right now it's tying up 2 bays. If I put it back on here, it'll take up less space, plus I'll be able to roll it around. So that's what we're going to do today. Well, a little tricky doing this by myself, but we got it. And nothing got damaged. That's the most important thing. I'm going to push it inside and we'll go ahead and stick the body mounts and the bolts back in it. Well, now I got it back inside. Next thing I want to do is put the body mounts back on it just to hold the body down. I'll be taking the body on and off. I got obviously a lot left to do. I still got to fabricate front doors, back doors. I got the floor panels made and the bed panels made. I got to work on the sheathing, sheet metal for the side and the sheet metal for the roof. I haven't done anything on that yet. But like I said, let me show you a little bit about the body mounts. I bought these body mounts. I could show you here online. You can see here, I'll take it apart. This piece right here goes between the body. It'll sit on top, and the frame mount will sit on here. It'll go like that. I'll turn around and I'll show you how it goes, put it back together. Then underneath the mount, this will come in underneath, and then this goes underneath like that. That goes together, and then the bolt will go through the body and then down through everything and tighten up like that. Let me put the mounts in there and I'll show you how it goes. Well, like I was saying, you see here I already got the holes drilled for these. So this just goes in there like that. Let's see if we can, the front one here. Like that. The back one. That went in good. Then we'll grab the bolts. And I can let the body down, it'll be lined up. Well, it took a little bit of doing, but we got it on. I got it bolted down. Everything looks good. It lined up okay, no trouble there. Now it'll make it easy for me to roll it around. Next thing I'm doing is waiting on the tie rod ends to come to hook up the steering to the steering box. It'll make it a little easier moving it around. And one of the reasons I was in a big hurry to kind of get this out of here is, you can see up there, but I got 2 lights that are out. So I went and bought some LED lights to replace them. They're 8-foot strips. They're the same fixture, but just with LEDs. The only problem is the LED ones don't use a ballast resistor. They wire hot wire straight through. So I got to get up there and get the housing, the fixtures apart, and take out the ballast resistors. So I think what I'm going to do is bring my backhoe in here and get in the front bucket, and then I can sit up there on the bucket and work on it a little safer than I think working on the ladder. Well, anyway, that's this weekend's project. And hopefully next week I'm going to get started over here. I got the engine still sitting on a stand here and all the parts. Hopefully we can get the engine put back together next week. Things will start moving along a little quicker. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comments, questions, suggestions, always welcome. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.